everyone. Welcome to Capital Update. I'm your host, Charlene Briner, and I'm joined today in the studio by Representative Phil Sterner of Rosemount and the eastern part of Bethel Valley. Thanks for dropping by, Representative.
Well, thanks for having me today.
We always appreciate it. We are filming this little segment at the traditional mid-session recess. You kind of take a couple of days break during the Easter Passover season, kind of reconnect with constituents, and that's kind of what we want to do here today. Talk about a lot of the work that's happened in the last few weeks, or the first half of the session. The last day before you broke for recess, you had a really busy day. You passed a big jobs bill. Tell us what's in there. It's kind of, you're referring to it as Jobs 2, so tell us about that.
The jobs bill, which, as you know, I'm one of the co-authors on the bill, we passed a historical building credit to allow some job infrastructure money, and also a transit taxing district for like TIF money, so we can kind of create some more business in that district as well. Those are two of the main points in the bill.
And what's the bill really designed to do? I mean, we hear about it as Jobs 2. Is it really thought that some of these provisions, is it tax reform? Is that what we're looking at?
Well, part of it is doing some of the provisions that we were looking at before, research and development credits, as well as angel investor credit that some of the investors were looking at, and who kind of incubate businesses in the state of Minnesota and help retain businesses and allow them to grow. And the other part is creating some jobs where more of the construction workers and kind of stimulate jobs through business development. And that would be like the Mall of America had a credit, as well as that TIF district and the historical building credit as well. And so it's kind of a two-piece, and it could create as many as like 5,000 to 12,000 jobs.
So that's pretty significant when you look at that job creation potential in combination with the bonding bill that was passed earlier. That's got to be pretty satisfying. Do you feel like you're on the right track in terms of the jobs agenda you started out with at the beginning of session?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm starting to feel we're turning the corner. Like in January, we had our highest job growth in some time. And so you couple that with getting our construction workers off the bench and working, and which goes down to our manufacturers that do concrete, et cetera, that will help spur the growth, and it does a multi-faceted approach on that.
And so as you are here at the midpoint of this session, are you satisfied that you're getting things done on a bipartisan basis? I know you really are a consensus builder. That's something that you really, it's really important to you in the way that you work across party lines. Are you pretty satisfied with the bipartisan cooperation in some of these bigger bills?
Yes, we've been working hard with that, and we're getting lots of bipartisan work on that. And there's some crafting on both of those bills, with both in the House and the Senate, as well as the governor, like the research and development and the angel investor tax credit. Those were big things on the governor's agenda, and it's been our House, our bipartisan small business caucus. That was one of our big goals as well.
And you've had some pretty good luck just on an individual basis with bills that you've authored. You authored provisions in the bonding bill that survived and are actually now law for the Minnesota Zoo, for Dakota County Technical College. You had some luck last session. You had one of the first bills authored, if I remember correctly, to do some water cleanup for local governments. Do you feel that you're on track with your own goals for helping out your district?
I do, yeah. I listen when I go out and talk to my constituents, both with the coffees and listen to them at their doors, and a lot of the events I show up at. It's really important to hear what they have to say. That's one thing I ask them, is there anything I can do for you? And a lot of these ideas come from what they give me when I'm out in the district.
As you come back from session, you've got a couple of days off. I know you've got things planned in the district to meet with constituents and events in the district. When you come back to work for the last 6 weeks of the legislative session, what's on the agenda looking forward?
My personal agenda or the House as per se?
Well, I guess I would ask both, or one or the other, in about the minute we have left.
Okay, well, I have a roofing bill that I have coming up for myself personally that's getting ready to go through. I'm trying to work with that, and I think as we go forward, we're trying to figure out how we can get the budget in order. We've taken a third of the budget, and with a little bit of work, we have to figure out the other 2/3 of budget.
Well, we're going to keep checking in with you, Representative Sterner. Thanks so much for dropping by today.
All right, thank you for having me.
And thanks so much for joining us on Capital Update. We'll see you next time.